and these pedophiles, for whatever reason, the majority of them are absolute morons, and yet they know how to navigate through the dark web. So we got to be careful, guys. We've really got to be careful. So they met on social media, and he sent her an explicit photo of his genitals. And then throughout messaging, he finally coerced Patricia into sending him more than 20 nude images of herself, a 13-year-old girl. Now, they did meet on 2 occasions. On the first occasion, Cruz drove from Los Angeles to Bakersfield. It was a 90-mile drive, approximately. And when he got there, he picked her up and forced her to perform oral sex on him in that very first meeting. Now, on the second occasion, which unfortunately was the night of July 1st, Patricia didn't want to go with him. But she did go to the meeting place. I'm not sure why. I'm guessing that phone data is going to have to come into this. It's going to be a big part of this trial. But she didn't want to go with him. But he made her get into the truck somehow. I'm not sure. We saw the surveillance of her getting into the truck, but none of us know what he said. He drove away with her, and apparently she screamed as Cruz drove her around the block against her will. This is all in the document, by the way. Cruz then forced himself on the girl, raping Patricia as she struggled to fight back against him, and she fought, apparently. Apparently she really fought. Police had stated Cruz held his hand over her mouth, and then after in the middle of raping her, he strangled the girl. After strangling her, he believed that Patricia may still be alive. Cruz bound the girl's hands and arms with duct tape and put duct tape over her mouth and nose in an effort to kill her so he wouldn't get into trouble. She must have yelled, "I'm going to go to the police," or something. Must have. Or he's just got that little man in his head that's saying, "You are screwed." The report further states that Cruz engaged in sex twice with her deceased body. So not only do we have a 13-year-old girl raped, kidnapped, tortured, basically, but now we have necrophilia on top of that. How sick in the head can you be? After he engaged in sex with the girl's deceased body, he doused her in lighter fluid and set the poor girl alight. The document doesn't say if a body has been recovered or where the incidents took place. Now, on Tuesday, he stood before a judge and Cruz pled not guilty, to more than a dozen charges. Now, the last count that I saw was up to 18, but that could have changed. So the charges included rape, murder, and kidnapping. So Kern County Superior Court has ordered that he remain held without bail. Thank God, judicial system did one thing right. So in addition to the first-degree murder, rape and kidnapping, Cruz has been charged with contacting a minor to commit a sexual offence, oral copulation with a person under 14, lewd acts with a child under 14, unlawful sexual intercourse with a child under 14. possession of matter depicting a minor engaged in a sexual conduct, exhibiting harmful matter to a minor, probably because of 2 times, contact with the minor to commit sexual offence, and mutilation of grave remains, which are all felonies. With any luck, this man is never getting out. So there is one misdemeanor, which is a single count of destroying or concealing evidence. So Cruz has another court date, I believe, tomorrow, but that could be in 2 days, depending on where you are in the world. But if there's an update on that, I will definitely update. Now, due to the heinous crimes, Cruz could actually face a death penalty if found guilty of murder, with special circumstances and other charges filed against him. One can only hope. It wasn't disclosed. It still hasn't been disclosed whether the body's been found or recovered, if it's been recovered. Now, Patricia's family has set up a GoFundMe page in hopes of giving her the best ceremony possible. Now, I will put those links up on our pages, so Twitter, Instagram, Tumblr, and Facebook. That's the one. So if you can help, I'm sure it would be greatly appreciated, and I'm sure that the family, the last thing they're wanting to do right now is have to go to work to keep their homes and keep food on the table. So anything would help. So make sure you hit up our pages for those details. The mother, Viviana, said on the page that police described the murder as one of the worst cases they've ever seen. However, Patricia will be remembered for her love and personality, and not as a victim. He took our precious soul, our baby. She was innocent, full of life. I don't want Patricia to be remembered as a 13-year-old missing girl, or the case of the murdered 13-year-old girl. I want her to be remembered as the loud Patricia she was. She had a voice and she had a bold personality. She was a sweet girl that would just tell you how she felt. Oh, that's cute. Even if it was a little bit harsh, good on her. She always spoke the truth. She always had something to say about everything. Robert Pear, the spokesman for the Bakersfield Police, told the media, any investigation involving a child as a victim, and particularly when there is a death involved, it is especially horrific, not just as police officers, but also as people that have families. I cannot imagine what Patricia's family is going through right now. So it seems that the police there are doing their jobs. Because let's face it, we've seen a few cases here that the police have really dropped the ball. But don't seem to have in this case. So several teachers from her middle school also spoke at the vigil, and they gave her full praise for the beloved student, and they remembered her as sweet and joyful. One teacher said, her science teacher, Jacqueline Johnson, said, I will forever look at my classroom and see her in her seat, looking at me with her beautiful smile. Her seat will be reserved for the 2021 school year. Aww. At the vigil, speakers said that Patricia's death impacted the entire community and not just the family. A woman by the name of Alice Costello, a friend of the family, said these things should never happen. And they shouldn't. This is just absolutely horrific. She said she lost 2 children of her own and wanted to help the family grieve. I've been able to deal with my grief so I can help another mother with hers. And I guess that only a person that has been through it can somewhat understand. I don't think that anyone can ever fully understand, even if your child was murdered. I don't think that you could ever understand what another parent of a murdered child could feel, because everybody is different. Everybody deals with things differently. Everybody looks and perceives things differently. So I never, ever have I ever said, I know how you feel. That is one sentence that does not come out of my mouth, no matter what. I've had a stillborn child, and I still wouldn't say that to someone else, because our experiences would have been very different. Just like anyone's. You could go through the exact same thing and it's never going to be the same. Now, I will update on this case as it continues. I'm guessing there'll be little bits and pieces coming to light over the next couple of weeks, but I don't believe we will really find out anything or hear anything until trial comes. Personally, I hope the asshole pleads guilty soon, because then that will save the family from a trial. But I doubt it. I don't know, just looking at him, I'll put photos up, but just looking at him just tells me that this guy, he does not give a shit. He is going to try and get his ass out of jail. It's not going to happen, especially if he faces death, now, if you live in that area, Bakersfield Police are asking anyone who lives on Cruz's Street in the 900th block of South Oak Street, Inglewood, to contact them if they have any information on this investigation. If you live near Bakersfield and you feel you saw something, please call them. No matter how slight you think this information could be, no matter how useless you think this information could be, it could be the one thing that gets this guy. You never know. We've seen it before. So, thank you everyone for joining. I will be recording another vlog and podcast in a couple of hours. I can't believe what my news feed has brought to me over the last couple of weeks. It's just been hideous, and it's so many child crimes. It's killing me at the moment, and I just know it is for the rest of you too. Sorry, I'm trying to get up the case name so that you can check it out when it comes up. So the case of baby Olivia, who had an Amber Alert issued last week. So this one is definitely still going. Olivia Ann Jansen was 3 years old, and she was found murdered yesterday. So the Amber Alert, unfortunately, was not useless. I don't want to say useless, but the police knew pretty quickly that the father and stepmother were involved, and they're both booked in now in jail for their awaiting charges, and because it's a horrible case. But I am about to go and see if there's any updates on that case before I record. I don't want to record because I put everything together over the last couple of days, and I don't want to record and then be like, oh, holy crap, why didn't I just do a quick Google search? This came up or this came up. So I will be back to do another one soon. Unfortunately, it takes me forever to edit these things because I'm very new at it. But thank you for joining us, and I hope you can join again this afternoon when... I know it's not live, I know, but for me, it's in a couple of hours. So thank you, everybody, and I shall see you very shortly.